The life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda, 1863 to 1902, the patriot saint of modern India. Swami Vivekananda was born in Kolkata in the year 1863. He is remembered by epithets such as the cyclonic monk of India, the patriot saint of India, and so on. His guru, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, recognized him as one of the Saptarishis, or the 7 great sages, who came down to earth to uplift the people. His brother disciples and Eastern and Western disciples alike felt a powerful force in his presence. Mr. Romarola, the French Nobel laureate, commenting on his works, wrote, "I cannot touch these works of his without receiving a thrill, an electric shock through my body at this distance of 30 years. What shocks, what transports must have been produced when in burning words they issued from the lips of the hero." Romarola wrote this in the 1930s. Swami Vivekananda aroused the youth of India through his life and message. His birthday, the 12th of January, has been declared as the National Youth Day by the Government of India. Narendra, later Swami Vivekananda, was born in Kolkata on the 12th of January 1863. He was a courageous boy and a born leader excelling in games, music and studies. He grew up with a strong inclination for meditation and a deep sympathy for the poor. When an old man tried to frighten Narendra and his friends, saying that there was a ghost in the tree, he told them not to believe such threats, because if really true, it would have troubled them long back. Later he said,
"Do not believe a thing because you have read of it in books or another said it is so. Find out the truth for yourself. That is realization."
As a young man deeply interested in the meaning of life, Narendra wondered if anyone had seen God. Only Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa of Dakshineshwar, Kolkata, could tell him that he had seen God, and anyone who sincerely seeks God can see Him. Narendra accepted Sri Ramakrishna as his guru. Sri Ramakrishna practiced the spiritual disciplines of various Hindu sects and also of Islam and Christianity. He realized that God alone is real and the goal of human life is to know God. After the Mahasamadhi of his guru in 1886, Swami Vivekananda formed his brother disciples into the Ramakrishna order of monks. During his wandering across India, Swamiji met the rich and the poor alike and lived with kings and peasants. Thus, he discovered the real India, which lives in the villages. At Varanasi, when a group of monkeys chased him and he was trying to run away from them, a sadhu cried out,
"Face the brutes."
When Swamiji turned around and faced them, they instantly ran away. He later advised,
We should not run away from problems, but face them. That is the only way to solve our problems.
At Alwar in Rajasthan, the king, under influence of modern ideas, criticized idol worship. Swamiji had the portrait of the king brought down and asked the courtiers to spit on it. When they refused, Swamiji pointed out that though there is no flesh or bone of the king in the picture, it nevertheless represents him. Likewise, people worship the stone idols, trees, etc., remembering God alone. At Kanyakumari, sitting on the last bit of Indian rock, Swamiji went into deep meditation. he pondered over the greatness of India and its present degeneration. He hit upon a plan for the rejuvenation of India through the twin ideals of renunciation and service. For his plans to fructify, he visualized that he would bring technology from the West and in exchange give them Vedanta. He decided to participate in the World's Parliament of Religions being held at Chicago, USA in September 1893. He sailed to the USA from Bombay. At the Parliament of Religions in Chicago on the 11th of September 1893, his opening words,
Sisters and brothers of America,
drew spontaneous admiration from the audience. In that speech he said,
I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true.
In the concluding session of the Parliament, he declared,
The Christian is not to become a Hindu or a Buddhist, nor a Hindu or a Buddhist to become a Christian, but each must assimilate the spirit of the other and yet preserve his individuality. Help and not fight, assimilation and not destruction, harmony and peace and not dissension.
Even at the peak of his glory at the Parliament of Religions, he was feeling deeply for the poor of his countrymen. In his host's house, leaving a comfortable mattress, he preferred lying on the floor. There, he shed tears for his poor countrymen. In a lecture, he declared,
India I loved before I came away. Now, the very dust of India has become holy to me. The very air is now to me holy. It is now the holy land, the place of pilgrimage, the Tirtha.
When an American friend asked how she could help him in his work, he told her,
Love India.
He deeply felt for the upliftment of his countrymen. He wrote several inspiring letters to his brother's disciples and friends. His letter to the Maharaja of Mysore reads in part,
My noble prince, this life is short. The vanities of the world are transient, but they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive.
After propagating Vedanta in the West, Swamiji reached India on the 26th of January 1897. In reply to the rousing reception at Rameshwaram temple, he said,
He who has served and helped one poor man, seeing Shiva in him, without thinking of his caste or creed or race or anything, with him Shiva is more pleased than with the man who sees him only in temples.
During the course of his lecture across India, Swamiji's words of encouragement to his countrymen were,
Do you feel from the heart that millions are starving today and millions are starving for ages? Does it make you sleepless? You may feel, but then, have you found any way out? Have you got the will to surmount mountain-high obstructions? It may be that I shall find it good to get outside of my body, to cast it off like a disused garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world knows that it is one with God.
Swami Vivekananda entered Mahasamadhi on the 4th of July 1902. Sitting in deep meditation, he left his mortal coil.